Hey everyone, welcome to the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name is Melissa and I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Thursday, January 26th. I hope you all are doing well. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So it's been a little while since I did a video. I missed out on last week, but I'm here today and I have a few things to share with you. I have 3 finished objects, 4 works in progress, and some yarn acquisitions. So much for my yarn diet, but I'm going to keep trying throughout the rest of the year, but for the month of January, I have failed. But that's okay, I'm going to keep trying. So before we get started, I'd like to say happy birthday to my youngest daughter, Jamie. She is turning 23 today. Happy birthday, Jamie. I seriously doubt she's watching this, but just in case, I wanted to wish her a happy birthday, and I hope she's having a wonderful day. So let's get into what I have to show you. So the first thing I want to show you is that I got a new chair. I got a proper office chair. It's comfy and it moves around, it rolls around, and it is much better than my other chair, which is a beautiful chair, but it is like a kitchen table chair. It's an antique kitchen table chair, and it's nowhere near as comfortable as this one. So I'm very happy. I am very happy with this. All right, so let's start with my finished objects. The first one I want to show you is a crochet baby blanket. On my last podcast, I showed a blanket that I made for my daughter, Ashton. She has friends that are having babies in March, and I told her I would make 2 baby blankets. So on that podcast, I showed you the first baby blanket that I made her, and it was the it's like a star baby blanket by Jada and Stitches. It's called the Classic Round Ripple Crochet Baby Blanket Sunburst Pattern by Jada and Stitches. So I made that. I made the same blanket and I used the same yarn, but a different colorway. The other blanket, actually, it is right there, and that is in the colorway Sweet Cherie, which is a Lion Brand roving yarn. And this one I did make it with the Lion Brand roving yarn and in the colorway Licorice. So here is how this one turned out. This mom is leaving it to be a surprise at the birth as to whether she's having a boy or a girl. So I tried to make a neutral blanket. So here it is, and I will take a picture of this and I will put it in somewhere on here so that you can see the blanket laid out. But here it is. And like I said, this is the Lion Brand roving in the colorway Licorice, which is this yarn here. This is a number 4. It is 200 grams, 437 yards, 100% acrylic. And I used about 1.5 skeins. And this is what I had left. Well, maybe not a half, but I used a full skein. And then the second skein, I have this much left. So there is that yarn. And then for the border, I just did 2 rounds. I kept going with the pattern, but for the last 2 rounds, I used this yarn. It's just double crochets, and this yarn, here it is here. This is a Hobby Lobby yarn. It is a Yarn Bee Soft Secret yarn in the colorway White. And this is a number 4, 100% acrylic, 170 grams, 300 yards. And this is very similar to Karen's Simply Soft. And I used a 6mm hook on this. So she actually asked me to make another baby blanket just like this, but I don't want to. She has another friend that's having a baby. She has 3 friends well, let's see, they're 2 friends and a co-worker, and they're all having their babies around March. But I don't want to make another one. I really don't want to. So there is that finished object. We'll see. I probably will, but I'll have to pick a different pattern because I don't want to make this pattern again. So there's that. And then the second finished object I'll show you. This is a dishcloth. Here it is. I decided to do a, let's see, it's by, this is called, the pattern of this is called Speculaas, and it is by the Kitchen Sink shop. So they do a knit a dishcloth a month, and you sign up for the newsletter, and the beginning of every month they send you a pattern, a free pattern, and you can knit the dishcloth. And I decided that I was going to attempt to do that, to try to use up some of my cotton. So here's the month of January, and this is, it's called the Speculaas pattern, and it includes a recipe for cookies as well. I'm pretty sure it's the cookie is the Speculaas cookie. I'm not 100% sure. I can't really remember, but there is a recipe, and evidently there's going to be a recipe included with the pattern every month. So the yarn that I used for this is Dishy. This is a Knit Picks yarn. This is what I have left. So Dishy is a worsted weight yarn, 190 yards, 100 grams, and it's 100% cotton. So I have a lot of this left. And let's see, the needles, I used a 4mm knitting needle. And let's see, so I don't know, I guess it'll depend what the pattern looks like, but I'd like to just use this until I have it finished before I get out any other cotton. But we'll have to see if the pattern, if it's a very textured pattern, it might not do well with the stripes, or the stripes, it might not do well. So there's that. Is it blowing out? Can you not see the pattern too well? And right there it is. Alrighty, so then I have one more finished object to share with you, and that's some socks. These are just vanilla socks, vanilla knit socks, and here they are. They're finished. I'm pretty sure this was a works in progress the last time I did a video. So here they are. They're both done. Can you see? And they match. I like my socks to match, so these match. And it's just a vanilla sock. I knit my socks top down, cuff down. I cast on 64 stitches. I do a 2x2 rib for 15 rows, and then I just do a regular toe with a Kitchener at the end, and I like to do an afterthought heel. So there they are. And for these, I normally knit my socks with magic loop. I use a 2.25mm needle, but for these I used a DPNs, which I liked using very much. These are the Knitter's Pride Zing, and they are 2.25. So I used these, and the yarn that I used, and I don't know where the other half is. I don't know where it is. So anyway, so this is the yarn that I used. This is a Knit Picks Felice yarn, and I had two 50-gram skeins of this yarn, and I don't know where the other one is. I use both skeins because that's easiest way for me to get them to match. So let's see, where's the label? Nope. Yeah, here we go. So here's the label. So Knit Picks Felice, and the colorway is Secret Garden. And they come in 50-gram skeins for 218 yards, 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. So there is that. This is what I have left of one 50-gram skein, and I think the other one was about the same size. And I haven't weighed it, but I'm sure that there's enough to make a second pair of socks. And then for the heel, I used this contrast color. This is also Knit Picks Felici, and this is called Dragon Fruit. Here's the label. This is Dragon Fruit. It is, I think it's the exact same as the other one. Yep. It is 50 grams, 218 yards, 75-25. So there are my socks. I'm not, while I was knitting these, I was like not massively in love with this colorway, but now that they are all done and they have the heel, I do like them quite a lot. So those are all of my finished objects. And so now we'll move on to works in progress. And I have 4 of them. And I'll go ahead and show you the socks I have cast on now. And they're living in this bag. And this is a Molly Klein design bag. And I am knitting these on DPNs as well, but I got different kinds. I got a different set of DPNs. But let me just show you what I have so far. So here we go. So these are the same. This is just another vanilla sock. And I did a 2x2 rib for 15 rounds. This yarn is thicker than the other yarn. So I feel like this cuff looks a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. And I decided to do a contrasting cuff because when I was knitting the stripes, when I was knitting the cuff with the stripes, I wasn't really liking how it was looking. I don't know why. I just like, I don't like that. So I went ahead and did a contrast cuff. So there it is. And these are, I'm using DPNs again because I'm really, I'm enjoying them. So now I have to get some, what are they? DPN keepers or something, whatever they call them. The big things, long things of fabric, you can cover them over. I need to get some of those. I'm sure I have some in here somewhere, but for the life of me, I don't know where they are. So there we go. Let's see. Yes, so this is a 2.25 needle. These are high sharps. I love high-highs. They're my favorite needles. And I like these. They're very pointy, though. You got to be careful. I've injured myself when I've used, with Magic Loop, the 2.25 needles knitting socks. I've injured my fingers with these needles. They're very, very sharp. So let's see. The yarn. Oh my goodness, I don't have the yarn labels in here. Oh well, but anyway, so it's Patons Kroy yarn, and I'll just show you. I'm sure next time I podcast, I'll still be working. Well, next time I podcast, they'll either be finished or I'll still be working on them, and I can, show you more about the yarn. But it's Patons Kroy. I don't know the colorways of these, but this is the main color, and this is the contrast color for the cuff. And it is, I think it's 75-25. This is a much thicker yarn, a much thicker sock yarn. So, and it's not as soft as the Felici, but I have to say, even though they're not necessarily for me as enjoyable to knit as other sock yarns, all my Patons Kroy socks, they're my favorite socks to wear. They're just so comfortable. I just really like these socks, even though they're not like the most fun to knit with. Aren't they beautiful? I'm pretty sure I got this yarn at Hobby Lobby. Aren't they beautiful? So here they are. I can't remember anything else. Sorry about not having colorways or anything like that, but you can always leave a comment down below and I can let you know there. Maybe in the description box I'll include it if I remember. Okay, so let's see. That's that about this. Alrighty, so let's move on to okay, we'll do this one. So this is, I'm knitting a cardigan, and it's living in this bag, and this is by Twist Fiber Studio. See the bears. And this is the Lovage cardigan, which I will pop in a picture of. And it is by, let me see. And this is by Amy Christoffers, and this is a Barocco pattern, or it's a pattern found on the Barocco website. It's on Ravelry, but it's a paid for pattern that I found on Ravelry, and when you click the link, it sends you to Barocco to download the pattern. So this is what I have done so far. So this is the arm and the back and the front. So far, whoops, I don't want to lose this needle. That's the thing about DPNs. I'm always like, think I'm going to lose one of the needles. So here we go. I don't know how I'm going to show this. It's going to be a little scrunched up because I don't want it to fall off the needles. But this is it so far. So where that stitch marker or progress keeper is, that's where I was last. And so I knit all of that. So here it is. And then this is either side is the back and the front. So there's a lot more stitches on it now. I don't want to lose any of my stitches. So basically what it does is it's going to go like this. So there's the arm. Here's the arm, and then one side is the back and one side is the front. And then so you finish you finish this part of the pattern, you cast off, and then you have to start all over again and do the other arm and the back and the front, a bit of the back and the front. And then past that, I don't really know. I know at some point they all get joined, and then I think, you have to knit the bottom of the cardigan. So this is an arm, and then it's a bit of the back and the front. Not that I fully understand it, but I know that this is the arm. Isn't it beautiful yarn? I love it. It's really nice to work with. It's really nice to work with. So the needles I'm using my Addy Rockets. And this is a 4mm on a 32-inch cord. And the yarn, here's the yarn. This is the second skein of yarn that I'm using, and this is a Barocco yarn, and this pattern recommends this yarn. This is the recommended yarn for this pattern. And here's the label. It is Barocco Sesame. There's the label, And it is 43% wool, 39% acrylic, 9% cotton, and 9% nylon. It's a number 4 medium, 230 yards, 210 meters, 100 grams. And I'm not sure what the colorway is. I know it's on the like on the website where you can buy the yarn. There is a colorway, but it's not saying on the label that I can see. Not that I can see. So there's that, and there's the yarn, and there's the arm. And that is the progress on that. So I have 2 more. Make sure these, I need to get some needle stopper things put on these, because the Addies, the Addie Rockets, or any Addies really, are very, very slick, slippery needles. So the yarn goes off of them very easily. So I'm going to show this, but I'm not entirely sure. I may frog this. So this is a bag by Lantern Moon. And I got this at my LYS. And this is the Musselburgh hat. I'll put a picture here for you to see. The second one that I'm knitting of this. And the first one I knit, I used 3.25 millimeter needles, and now I'm using a 3 millimeter needle, and I'm actually liking that better. But here's what I have so far. I think, I don't really know. It's very fun colors, absolutely fun colors. I love them. I love this yarn, but I don't know that I like it for a hat. I think these would make better socks. I'm not sure. So this is what I have so far, and I'm not sure I'm going to keep it. I may frog it and pick a different yarn to make this hat with. So the yarn, here's the yarn. Woo! Oh, you know, when it was in a skein, when it was in a hank, it just didn't look like that's, wow. It's blowing out a little bit. It's not. It is bright, but it's like, that's like, you know, the yellows in that are, you know, getting a little blown out. So this yarn is by Bumblebee Acres. Here is their label. And this is on their squishy sock base. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards for 100 grams. And this is the Goblet of Fire, a Harry Potter inspired yarn. So, and doesn't it look like that cover, that book? It sure does. So I kind of, this is a special, I love Harry Potter. I love Bumblebee Acres and their colorway, like their Harry Potter colorways. They have really good Outlander colorways, Lord of the Rings. They do their colorways for those type of things. They do them really well. And so I kind of wanted this, I wanted it a little bit more, I just didn't necessarily want socks out of it. I wanted a bit more, I feel like it's a little bit of a special yarn to me, so I thought a hat would be a little bit better. But I gotta tell you, I can't see anybody. I don't know. I'm not really sure. What do you guys think? What do you think? I think I may frog this and make socks. I'm not gonna make a like a shawl or anything, or a small shawl scarf thing either. I don't know. I'm looking at it. I think these should be socks. I do. We'll see. We shall see. So yes, and I'm using 3 millimeter needles. And what did I use for that? the pinhole cast on. That's what I used. I think that's what it's called. Yes. So that is that works in progress. Let me make sure. I gotta put some needle stopper things on my needles. I have plenty of them. I'm just too lazy to get them out. Let me get a drink. All right, and so my last works in progress is living in this bag. This is by Nomadic Yarns, and this is Harry Potter bag. It's Diagon Alley. See all the different shops, and it's the same on the back. So this is the Stephen West Shawl hybrid knit along for 2022. It's called the Aurora Cabin Shawl, and I'll put a picture in here. So I've made a little progress on this. Do I have? Yes, I still have all 5 yarns attached. I think I'm just going to, instead of getting all of them out, I'm just going to get the labels out and just tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So here we go. Here's what I have. And so this was where I was. I've done that much. And this is, I think this is from, that stitch marker to the turtle is from Charmed and Dangerous. So this is what I have. I love the colors. I'm just taking my time with it. You know, I think there's already over 200 stitches on it. Let me look. Yeah, there's already over, I'm still on, oh, I don't know. Section 3, is it? I really don't know. And is it section 1, section 2? Yeah, I'm on section 3 still. So here it is, and I am using the needles. Oh, let's see. 3.5 millimeter on my high sharps. And this, all the yarn that I'm using is Knit Picks yarn. It's a pallet fingering weight, and they come in 50 gram skeins, and they're 231 yards, 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And so I'll go through the colors. So this here, let me just make sure I get them all right. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this here, this yellowish color, that is cornmeal. And then there's kind of like a gray right there. That is Hair Heather. And then the pink is Conch. The blue here is Spruce. And then the red is Garnet Heather. So there it is. There is my shawl so far. And that is all of my works in progress. And so now, when I clear this up a bit, I have some yarn to share with you. So first off, this was yarn. I showed a bit of this last time. I got from Miss Babs. She does they do a gratitude sale at the end of the year. It starts on December 25th and it goes through December 31st. And I showed you some of that. And I had gotten 2 more skeins that hadn't come yet because They were in Atlanta and ready to come to my house, and they got sent to like Fort Lauderdale. But anyway, I finally got them. So these are part of the Miss Babs Gratitude Sale, which you get during that sale, which is every year. It's 20% off everything in the shop. So I got 2 skeins of this. Look at this. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I get 2 of these. Just, oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I can't believe it. So this is on her tart base because I like that base. And it is fingering yarn, 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, 10% tencel, 500 yards, 457 meters, 122 grams. Oh, it's just, it's gorgeous. Oh, the colorway, yes. This is Tropical Sunset. Just gorgeous. So I got that. And then Mustache Yarns. I love them. I was just gonna get yarn from them during May when they do their they do Star Wars colorways. Like this, I have one over here. Like they do Star Wars colorways during May because it's May the 4th, and like this one here is C3PO, although it's called C Droid number 3. And I was just gonna wait until May around that time, or when they brought out their Star Wars colorways. I was like, that was one of the few times this year I was gonna buy some yarn. But then they come out with this colorway, is self-striping yarn, and I was like, I have to get this. I have no self-control, so I just wanted to show you how pretty their yarn, how they send their yarn, how pretty it looks. So this is it. It comes like this, and it's got this cute sticker, and then a stamp. This is Mustache hand-dyed yarn and fibers. Isn't that nice how it comes like that? So I've already opened it, but I just wanted to show you. So I saw this. They update. They have an update every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central Time. So I saw this. I was like, I have to get it. Oh, it's gorgeous. Here it is. My goodness. Oh my. So this is There and Back, A Hobbit's Tale. So I love The Hobbit. I love Lord of the Rings. So I had to get this. Oh, so this is their perfect must-match set. 2 identical skeins twisted together. And it's fingering, sock weight, 75-25, superwash merino nylon, 460 yards, 100 grams. So there it is. Look at that. Oh my. So let me see this other one. Yeah. Same thing with this. 2 identical skeins twisted together. So that way you'll get perfect matching socks. That's what I like. Isn't that gorgeous? Does it tell you how many colors there are? None of this. It's just beautiful. So I had to get that, and I might have had to get I've got another skein of Mustache Yarns coming. Valentine's Day colorway. It's got like 30 odd stripes in it. I was like, I have to get that. So I did. So that's supposed to come this next week. And then we went to my LYS. It's not really that local. It's like an hour away, but it's my favorite one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. My husband, you know, he doesn't really, I wouldn't say he enables me, but he is like, yeah, buy yarn, go for it. He's totally, you know, supports my hobby and my yarn habit. Totally supports it. He laughs. He comes in here. He tells everybody. He's like, oh, she's got an entire bedroom full of yarn. He goes, she's an entire bedroom full of yarn. But he's like, you want to buy yarn? Sure, go ahead. So we went for a drive. And he's like, I suppose you want to go to your yarn store? I was like, yeah. He's like, okay. So we went. And I bought some yarn. But I'm supporting... My hair, I swear, I couldn't get away with anything. My hair, I shed like a dog. So we went, we went to we went to the yarn store. I'm supporting a small business. And I think I think I did well. I didn't go overboard. So the first thing I got, this is so incredibly soft, is this Barocco yarn. And actually the sweater that I'm making, the cardigan, that Barocco yarn, I got at the LYS. It's stitches and strings. And I will put a link down. I will leave a link down in the description box to their shop, their website. It's Strings and Stitches. It's in Lovage, Georgia. I love their shop. So I got this yarn. This is Barocco Renew, recycled and sustainable. It is 35% viscose, 30% wool, 30% nylon, 5% cashmere. It is 50 grams, 164 yards. And oh my goodness, is it soft. And I got 6 of these. I don't really know if it has a colorway. It's a number 3. Did I say that? It's a number 3 light. I don't know if there's, I think the colorway is on any website that sells this yarn. Oftentimes there's a colorway, but they don't seem to include it on the label. So it's like this soft pink, isn't it? Oh, it's so soft. So I got 6 of these. And then I got a bunch of sock yarn. So the first thing I'll show you is this. When I say this, I guess doesn't have to be sock yarn, but I see socks when I see this. And this is Gusto wool, and I don't know what this says. There's a sticker over it. I don't know what it says. I don't know. It's Gusto wool is the brand. And this is 80% merino wool, 20% nylon, 435 yards or 400 meters, 100 grams. And let's see, it's colored 1201. Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful. So I see socks for these, definitely. I wonder what that says. Nocta? I don't know. There we go. Gusto wool. So there's that one. And then this one here. This is Universal Yarn, and it's Zesty Sock. Here's the label. Zesty Sock. And let's see. This is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% polyamide. Excuse me. It is 100 grams, 437 yards, 400 meters. And the colorway is Cupcake. You see that good? Lovely. And the different colors. Oh. Okay, and the next one is, this is another Universal yarn, and it's Sugar Sake. Here it is. This is the different, got some different fibers in it than I've used for socks. And they are 50% superwash merino wool, 25% bamboo, 25% nylon. So I don't think I've ever knit socks with bamboo in them before. I don't think I've knit much of anything with bamboo. Look at all those colors. So, all these fibers that get to me. So this is what it'll look like. Can you hear that? Hello? Is that Zaya? So this is what the sock will look. This is what it looks like knit up. The stripes in it. And let's see. So yeah, 100 grams, 459 yards, 420 meters. And does it have a colorway? The colorway is Licorice Twist. So there is that. And then the last one, I've had this before. I knit a pair of socks. Hang on. I just so happen to have them here. I knit these socks last year, and this yarn. I knit these last year. You can't really see. There's a pattern on them. You can't really see. I don't know where the other one is. I knit these last year. So I got this yarn, the same yarn, but this colorway. And this is the Superba Vintage, 100 grams, 420 meters, 75% virgin wool, 25% polyamide. And I can't really read that. Super vintage taste. Superba vintage taste, and then it's cut off. The rest of it's cut off. But is it? Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. And yeah, I loved knitting with these. I loved knitting with these socks with this yarn. So I got another one in a different colorway, and I can't remember the colorway of this one. So I have a lot of new things to knit with socks. I'm probably gonna, I'm not even gonna say it because I'll change my mind 10 times. But that's all I have to show you today. I hope you have lasted this long. This is like 42 minutes, 43 minutes long. Yes, I feel like I'm going to start all the things. I have a feeling this year will be the year of whips for me. I just don't think I'm going to restrain myself, actually. If I want to start something, I'm just going to start it, even if I have a ton of other projects going on, which I already do, but that doesn't stress me out. Every now and then, I guess, I get a little stressed out about, well, every now and then I'll think you've got to get this done before you start something new. And that actually stresses me out. And it also kind of, I don't know, bums me out a little bit too. So I don't think, if I want to start something new, I think I'm going to. And so this may be the year of whips, because I want to seriously collect all of my sock needles and put all of these new yarns on needles, like one right after the other, that's probably not a great idea, but that's what I want to do. So now I'm rambling, which always happens at the end, and I'm looking at all this beautiful yarn, and I'm just happy. So thank you for watching all of this. If you've lasted this long, I really appreciate it. I will see you soon. It is, let's see, it's coming up to the weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend. Hopefully I'll be back on schedule next week with a podcast, fingers crossed. And yes, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you soon. So until then, bye for now.